Hey everybody, this is Carla. I am back with another encouraging word. Today we're going to talk about taking God out of a box. Ephesians 3:20, the New Living Translation. Now all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power at work within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask, think, or imagine. And Ephesians 3:20 in the Passion Translation. Never doubt God's mighty power to work in you and accomplish all this. He will achieve infinitely more than your greatest request, your most unbelievable dream, and exceed your wildest imagination. He will outdo them all, for his miraculous power constantly energizes you. Man, when I asked God what he wanted me to tell his people today, because I don't just come up with this stuff on my own, okay? I sit in prayer and meditate and ask the Lord, what is it that you want me to say today? Man, I so clearly heard him say, stop putting me in a box as if I'm not able to do more than you even ask me to do. And I knew, the verses. I didn't even have to ask him what verse he wanted after that. But when I knew the verse, I knew I needed to do it in different versions. I'm not sure how I knew that, but I did. Both of the translations I chose refer to his mighty power, because it's all about God, okay? We don't do anything of our own. Everything is of God. I think sometimes we forget who it is that we're praying to and who we're asking to do these small things in our lives. But what would happen if we started to radically believe him for such big things? I have a huge dream that I'm believing him for, but not because I just thought of this in my mind. He gave me a dream one day, years ago, and I'm still believing for that dream. As big as it is, I know that he can do it. I have no doubt in my mind, because he does anything that is impossible for man. How would our faith change when we see God come through on our behalf for the big things that we trust him for? He's able to do anything, so why do we continue to ask him for the small things? Why don't we realize that God created the heavens and the earths? He breathed the stars into existence. Then he named them and numbered them. This is the God we're talking about, okay? He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. God's able to do more than we could ever ask, think, or imagine. That's what his word says. He's able to exceed our wildest dreams. He heals cancer. He breaks the chains of bondage of addiction. He calls the unknown people of the world to preach. He cures mental illness. And he provides all that we need on a daily basis. This is our God. So why do we keep him in a box? Why do we keep God in a box? When we do that, we limit his ability to work in our lives, because deep down, we are not believing him for those bigger dreams. I can only imagine how our faith would grow if we started to receive and believe all the bigger dreams that we have deep down in our hearts. Now I'm not telling you that God is a slot machine. You don't put your request in and get something back. He does not work like that. We all know that, so please don't message me and say something like that. But I am saying that we shouldn't limit him to the small, everyday things of our lives. Look, he already tells us he's going to provide for us. We have a roof over our head, food on our table, clothes on our back. Those are our daily needs. He provides all of that for us. But his own word, his words, say that nothing is impossible for him. So start asking for what you think is impossible, and then wait and watch for God to move in your life. Man, I just think you're going to be amazed if you start taking God out of the box you've been keeping him in and turn his power loose in your life. Imagine bigger, dream bigger, and then wait for God to do bigger. I only know this because I have believed him for something that was big. I believed him for something that everybody told me, that's never going to happen. You're never going to be able to do that. What makes you think that that's going to happen for you? And then it did. then it did. And how can I not believe him for even bigger? What I had asked him for was not even so big, but it was just inside where I thought I could maybe help it along. You know, because we do that. We try to help God along, but he doesn't need our help. And you know, it was only when I stepped back, took myself out of the equation, he just made everything fall into place. I didn't have to do anything. And that's what I'm saying here. We step out of ourselves. We step out of the situation. We turn it over to God. But we continue to believe for that big thing. He's given us a God dream. I have a God dream. I believe and I trust God that I'm going to tell the whole world about him one day. Because he told me, you're going to stand up and tell the whole world about me. Well, I believe that. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't even know why that's going to happen. I don't know why he would choose me. I'm just a girl from Louisiana. I'm not somebody, but I'm somebody to God. Okay? And I know that if he told me it was going to happen, it's going to happen. So I keep believing. I keep trusting. I keep walking by faith and not by sight. And every time he comes through and does one of the things he said he would do for me, my faith grows even more. So that's what I'm saying today. You keep believing. Keep walking by faith, not by sight, but ask God for something big. Ask him for a big spiritual gift, and I bet you'll get it. You just keep asking, believing, and receiving. Take him out of that box and turn him loose in your life today, and then wait and see what he's going to do for you. Okay? So today and every day, be encouraged. Bless others. Hold on to hope. Believe in God's promises. Take him out of that box, y'all. And trust in the Lord always.